On this YouTube channel video, I'm going to present a lesson on the objectives of the study. Research work is not the work that requires only one approach and methods. And also, even though there are steps to follow, while undertaking research work is not something that to accomplish one task and then move to the next step, and so on. It is instead the task that requires you move from and to, forward and backward, and again go forward, and so on, till its completion. Objectives of the study are the compass. We can say it is the compass that shows the direction of the study, and it indicates why the research is required to be undertaken. Hence, it can be said that research objectives are the reflection of the basic research questions of the study. That means, almost if you know how to develop or write basic research questions, the objectives are the reflection of those specific objectives. Research objectives have two categories. The first one is general objective, and the second one are the specific objectives of the study. General objective is a statement which is written with one sentence or statement, while specific objectives are written might be in bullets or in serial numbers or in other ways, and they may be 3 to 5 statements. General objectives can be expressed in a single sentence, while a specific objective can contain number of statements, as I've already mentioned. A general objective briefly outlines the major cause for the study, while specific objectives provide a more detailed description of the intended results of the study. Now, let us see some examples. Let us begin with the general objective. Say, the research title that I have presented here as an example is Assessing Harmful Traditional Practices in Dukem Town. Okay, now, the possible general objective for this specific research title or topic might be the general objective of the study is to assess the harmful traditional practice in Dukem Town. In general, it is put in general. Almost it is a reflection of the research title. This general objective does not show all the specific objectives. Because of this, specific objectives very important. Specific objectives are nothing but the elaboration or expression or articulation of that general objective that as a researcher we have put. Now let us see example of specific objectives for research title Assessing Harmful Traditional Practices in the Dukem Town. The first possible objective or specific objective is or maybe to identify the most prevalent and severe HTPs in Dukem Town. In this case, I would like you to go to video in my YouTube channel, the video on basic research questions, because these specific objectives are the reflection of those basic research questions that are put in that video. So I suggest you to watch that video so that it becomes so clear about specific objectives. The second one is to comprehend the impacts of HTTP on the victims in Duqm. To investigate the major reasons given for practicing HTTPs in the Duqm town can be the third one. To determine which population groups are usually most affected by many of HTTPs in Duqm towns. That means there are many population groups like children, women, internally displaced persons, vulnerables, the old age, and the like. So it is better, the objective of this, one of the objectives of this research is to determine or identify which population groups are usually most victimed by HTTPs in that specific town. The fifth one, the specific that can be specific objective of this study, may be to seek mechanism to prevent the occurrence of HTTPs in the Duqm town. That means after understanding or identifying the prevalent and prevalent and severe HTTPs in that specific town, as a researcher, you should put forward the mechanisms to prevent the occurrence of these HTTPs or a means of mitigating the occurrence of HTTPs. So these are the objectives of the research. Let us see certain things as a tip when you see about research. One of the tips is research objectives are the reflection of basic research questions of studies. This is what I've already said. Note that almost one-to-one, one basic research question goes or reflects one basic research, one research or specific research objectives. So you already written in a good manner research questions, means you have already prepared or understood what the specific objective for that specific research does. Another thing that you should know as a researcher is it does not call for a single strategy or set of techniques. That means different researchers write researches in different ways. There is no one way of doing researches. Some of them begin from literature review. The others begin from developing data gathering tools. There are different mechanisms in the way research is undertaken. Therefore, as a researcher, you should not necessarily stick to one way of doing things. Another thing is, whenever you do a research, you should not necessarily, of course, there should be a milestone, but it does not move. You simply go straight forward. There is a situation when you move forward and come back again and go backward and try to revisit or revise what you have done so far and smooth and make it smart from time to time, and you go forward in that way. Thank you for your attention. I would like to appreciate your time and consideration. Remember to subscribe to this channel. See you in the remaining videos. Bye until then.